Welcome back from the break, and it's good to know you have rejoined us again on the program Good Morning Abuja, showing only on the Unity Station NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Yes, we have a very interesting topic before us this morning, talking about our health. We want to talk about medical emergency. And this morning, I have with me Dr. Agbo Friday Ojonugwa, who is a legal practitioner and also chairman, Medical Law and Ethics Committee, African Bar Association, to talk to us more on these medical emergencies we want to talk about. Doctor, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you for having me.
Good to have you on our show this morning.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank
Okay,
you.
the topic before us this morning is medical emergencies. From a layman terms, we want to start it from there. When we say medical emergencies, what are we really talking about?
Okay, thank you so much. Medical emergencies, just to a layman perspective, is urgent attention,
Okay.
quick response to avert death or harm on the patient.
All right. What a short definition. Thank you so much.
Thank you
Okay,
so
let's
much.
go into the real discussion of the day. You are a legal practitioner. I want you to talk to us more about our rights, what we need to know when it comes to emergencies medically. And according to the Act 2017, the gunshot victim stipulates that the person with a gunshot wound shall be received for immediate and adequate treatment by any hospitals in Nigeria, with or without initial deposit. Yes, we want you to react to that. If we are obeying this rule, if we are obeying it and we are putting it into practice in our country here.
Thank you so much. Before delving into and dissecting the topic robustly,
Okay.
it's very important to appreciate the fact that before this law in 2017, a lot of patients died. And on the premise of you have to produce or bring in police reports. So doctors are trying to be careful and they would, in fact, to avoid trouble. But I think with the passage of the act itself in 2017, the law is very clear that every hospital, whether private or public, you must attend to a gunshot victim, whether with police report or not, or even initial deposit. That is the law.
Okay, good to know that that is the law. But from research and findings, we know that some individuals are taking advantage of all of this. Hence, some hospitals are not outrightly agreeing to the terms. What do you have to say about that?
I think the healthcare providers need to know, especially the medical doctors, the hypocrite oath
Yes.
that they took. One, you do no harm. Two, you must the benefit should outweigh the risk, the autonomy of the patient. Oh, human life is so sacred. A lot of people are dying and all that. So, as a patient, when you get to the hospital and then they are trying to delay you, of course, the first thing to do is you report the matter, you escalate the matter, because Section 34 of the Constitution talks about dignity of human persons. So you must escalate the matter, let the police know about it. Because in fact, one of the issue again on ground is that most of these health care providers are not even aware of the law. So I think the best thing to do is to create more awareness on part of the healthcare providers and even on the patient that they have a right to be attended to, because the human life is so sacred. And as such, for the fact that you are not with the police report, you must be attended to at the hospital. And then and then the chief medical director need to also sanitize the staff, because if, for instance, a matron on duty who now maybe the victim, maybe relations of now accost her and all that, to say, okay, please, this is our brother and all that goes on. Number one, the matron herself needs to attend to the patient or maybe escalate the matter to the hospital manager. But if she fails, the said hospital will be held liable. So the chief medical doctor will not say, it was a matron. No. So long as at least they met her there at the hospital and then she refused the patient. And for some time, from what we even had, the patient they even tend to abandon them because of the issue of go and bring police report. And the law is clear. Even the police officers will not even come to the hospital for investigation. And the law also protects volunteers. A passerby, okay, what happened to you? Okay, because you ask, they don't know say I'm the one that shot him, or not, but the law protects you.
Yes, but because of the present situation, I tend to agree with you. For the passerbys, some things will happen that no one wants to be involved in what is happening, because before you know, the instance of being roped into what you don't plan, people avoid things they see that they ordinarily they are supposed to come to their aid.
Okay.
Okay, I know you want
Yes,
to react
yes,
to that.
yes. Thank you so
Okay.
much. I think the law is so clear
All right.
that they have protection
Okay.
as against police intimidation,
Okay.
harassment.
All right.
The law frowns at it.
Okay.
So I think they're highly protected.
Okay.
And even the police officer will not even be allowed to go to the hospital to maybe I learned so as a person is brought in and all that. No, they will not allow you to go in for interrogation on the said victim until the chief medical director certify that so and so that was brought in here is now fit. But the law is also clear that while commencing treatment within 2 hours as a healthcare provider, you must ensure you report the
Yes.
incident to the nearby police station. Yes.
All right, still taking advantage of this act and police reports that we are discussing this morning. I want to give you one practical example. I was in one of our hospitals here in Abuja. I will not want to mention the name, and something happened. And it was actually a case of emergency. They brought this guy. It was not a gunshot anyway, something like an accident. They came, dumped the person in the hospital premises, and they left. In that case, what should the hospital management do
I think the hospital management firstly they have to save the life of the patient
first?
first before any other thing. Because human life is sacred. They must, no matter what. And after that, but like I said, the act expressly provided that while commencing treatment, within 2 hours, you must report to the nearby police station.
Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Even the healthcare providers are also protected by the law. So I think what they need to do now is maybe to create more awareness, sanitize their workers, their staff, and even security agents. Because even the public itself, for the fact you render the good Samaritan will and all that,
Okay.
does not mean that you're going to be roped into the matter. The law also protects you as a volunteer or a
Are
passerby.
people really aware of the protection of the law? Because it seems everyone is scared. I don't know what they want to protect or what they want to keep. I think we should, first of all, be our brother's keeper. We have to protect lives first, because that's life that is dying is a life that can save the entire nation.
I think it's so clear because when we say gunshot victim, it's not everybody that is an armed robber.
Yes, it's not.
Or and even if you cannot until the committed court pronounces you that you are this. Otherwise, you are not even, because the presumption of innocence, section 36, subsection 5 of the National Constitution as amended provides, talks about presumption of innocence. So you cannot just say because he's a gunshot victim, we are not going to attend, maybe he's a robber. No, it shouldn't be, because there's a presumption of innocence and it has right to be attended to at the hospital, whether private hospital or public hospital. Such a victim must be attended to. Saving of life is very important.
Saving of life is very important and sacrosanct, like you said. But again, I want to talk about the challenges that these healthcare providers are facing. At times, they come up to save lives, and before you know, they'll leave up bills unattended to. Talking about private hospitals that you mentioned, and the bill is piling up and is affecting other section of what they are supposed to do.
I think the government should maybe establish a unit saddled with responsibility of catering for those ones who are not able to be able to pay for their medical bills. I think the government also have a part to play on that, because of course the healthcare providers, the first thing to do is to save life. We always tell them is to save life. And while saving life, of course, the law still protects you.
Okay.
Gunshot victim, for the fact that he's a gunshot victim, does not mean that he has done something bad.
Bad.
We have accidental discharge,
Yes.
and all that. So there should, I think, like I think the law is not so well known to the public, one, to our healthcare provider, because even as at few months ago, I still learned some also here in Abuja, still rejected a gunshot victim. and which I think is very, very bad of it because they are not. But we always tell our patients, escalate the matter. It is your right to be attended to.
Okay, talking about the awareness of the law and how all the healthcare providers should be aware of it. You talk to us more on that, but let's go on this quick break. When we come back, you react to that. Yes, we have been talking about health, medical emergencies, and doctor here, legal practitioner, has been talking to us about that. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, he will react to more questions. Stay with us, please. Welcome back, and we are still discussing about medical emergencies. Okay, before we went on that break, we say you are going to react on how well should the healthcare providers be aware.
I think one, workshops,
Okay,
training.
okay,
Yes, and not even only healthcare providers, even the police officers need to be aware of this law. I think, thank God, I think a few months ago, the IG, I think there was a meeting that was held involving both the healthcare providers and stakeholders in the health sector to dissecting this law properly for them to understand it robustly, so that by the time they are being faced with, for instance, a gunshot victim in their various hospitals, the first thing to come to is for them to attend to the patient and then to save life. Human life, like I said, is so sacred and it's very important to save lives.
okay. As it is very important to save lives, and want to narrow it down to how well the masses should know their rights. Because this question often come up in most of our discussions that we don't even know our rights. And if we know our rights, we don't even know how to go about it. Now that you are here, talk to us, Nigerians, on how to be aware of your rights.
Okay, firstly, number one, once a patient gets to the hospital and then he being refused of being attended and all that, the patient can first of all report it to the police officers, escalate the matters, or even sue the hospital. Yes, can sue because of course they have violated the law, and the law is not just there for decoration. Once you violate the law will get hold on you. So the first thing to do is escalate the matter because it is their right to be attended to. And like I said, so long as you are a medical doctor and you have taken the oath to save life, then you should be able to do that. And failure to do so, you have contravened the oath you took.
Yes.
And then thereby even the law itself that was passed in 2017, before that law, a lot of people died. A lot of people. Even up to this point, they are still dying because of what? Lack of awareness. They're not aware of the law. So I think as a patient or patient relative, firstly, you go to hospital and they refuse you treatment, escalate the matter. You can petition the hospital, you can sue the hospital. Even if it's a metron, we discover that some of the nurses will say, no, 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 no. They also be held liable. And it still falls back to training of their staff, awareness of the law. What does the law say? With or without police report, attend to the patient. Sometimes you see them lying in the pool of their blood.
Yes.
And then they say, no, 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 we don't want to go, 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 go. Before leaving your hospital, the patient might even die. So it's very important to save life first. And that's why the law provides that commence treatment. Then within 2 hours of commencement of treatment, report to the nurse. So they are still saving the hospital's name itself because while commencing treatment within the 2 hours, the report is given by police. And even the person will not even come to the hospital to come and we learned a gunshot victim in this hospital, want to ask him some questions. No, it's not allowed. The law frowns at it.
Okay.
It is until the chief medical director certifies that he's fit, then you can. Or not while he's on admission.
You know, what we are doing here too is part of awareness, and
Yes.
The masses are being aware right now what to do in terms of emergency. Okay, alongside with Gunshot Victim Act, there is also Anti-Torture Act 2017 that makes comprehensive provisions for penalizing acts of torture and other cruel, inhuman, and degrading treatment or punishment. As a legal practitioner, again, we want you to react to this.
Okay, firstly, The act was passed by the 8th National Assembly
Okay.
and signed into law December 29th by the former President President Muhammadu Buhari.
Okay.
Signed it into law, and the law is very clear. It frowns against inhuman treatment, cruel, degrading to vetted on the victims. So while investigation is going on or is in the custody, one, you must ensure that the victim gets protection. So the law frowns at one degrading and then inhuman treatment on the victim. So the law is very clear. Yes, I think, and again, I think, let me say this: the one protection of the victim. So while in the custody or even investigation, one, the victim must be protected as against torture. Because we discovered that most of them, they tend to, in fact, a lot of torture and all that. But with the passage of this law, the law now is like a guide that while in your custody, please protect him. Even while the investigation is going on, please protect him. Yes.
Well, protection of human lives, very, very important.
And also to add, we say by virtue of Section 34 of the Constitution, it talks about the issue of human person. Human life is so wonderful that you handle with care.
You with care.
Yes.
If I ask you to go into the punishment now, we will not leave here. But quickly before we go, we want you to give us your final words and your advice.
Okay. Thank you so much. I will say that our healthcare providers need to do more. One, workshop for your staff, training of your staff, and expatiating more on the law itself, because they should know that ignorance of the law excuses no man. So they need to train their staff. And then, in fact, the act is not. I think it's not. It's just like 16. It's not much. You can read it, section 1, 2, down to the last section of the. So that the staff will now know that failure to do this, the patient can sue. The patient has the right to sue, because you cannot. When we're talking about human life, you're not talking about goods. It's human life. And human life is so sacred. And you being a medical doctor or chief medical director of the hospital, you must know that the hypocritical oath that you took, of course, you must live and abide by it. So I think patients also need to know their rights, when to escalate the matters, and then also patients also, I learned most of the sometimes they tend to be hostile to the fact. So I think patients should understand that even the healthcare providers are human beings. Yes.
Thank you so much for your time with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
We do really appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
Yes. We have been talking about medical emergencies, and our guest with us has told us a lot on what to do, knowing your right, and what to do when your right is before you. We have been talking with Dr. Agbo Friday Ojonugwa, who is a legal practitioner and also chairman, Medical Law and Ethics Committee, African Bar Association. The program is Good Morning Abuja. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we have more for you. Stay with us, please. Many thanks for being there, and it's good to know you are still with us on the program Good Morning Abuja, coming to you from the Unity Station, NTA Channel 5 Abuja. Now we are going to road matters now. I want to talk about speed management for road users. And we have our own in-house person, a friend of the house, CRC Silvanos Ekpeyong, who is the unit head of Operations Central Business District of the Federal Road Safety Corps, to talk to us more on that. CRC Silvanos, you're welcome to the program.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. This morning, we want to look at speed management for road users. And before we go into that, our culture, you give us the overview of the situation of the road, especially in the CBD Central Business District within the week under review.
We did the situation of the road under review. We don't have enough challenges. We don't have minor crashes that happens within the week. We recorded one crash along by NIA going to AYA. It was a lone crash that it was because of speed, and the car somersaulted and landed in the quarter. Apart from that, within the FCT, the rate of crash has reduced.
Okay. So I want to say kudos to you and your men for what you are doing for our nation and for our roads. Now let's go to the main discussion of the program, talking about speed management. When we say speed management for road users, what are we referring to?
And when we talk about speed management for road users, it's the aspect that FRSC does not, it does not allow. In short, we always preach to people. I would take it very, very, very important, very crucial when it comes to speed management because the rate of crashes that happen, speeds is a major cause of road traffic crashes. And when we talk about speed management, we are trying to see if we can mind the speed so that we reduce the rate of crashes and fatality.
All right, going with what you told us is I want you to take us more into the benefits. You know, the awareness is ongoing. What we are doing here is part of the awareness, right?
Of
I
course.
will not stop preaching until the message sink to everyone and we become good law-abiding citizens. Talk to us more on the benefits of reducing your speed, of implementing speed limits on the road.
You see, FRSC today, like I said, take speeding as a very critical aspect. That's why we came out with different aspects of criteria to reduce speed. We reduce speed by we started with the speed limiting.
Okay.
Speed limiting, you go at the specified speed based on the categories of vehicles and category of roads. So for you that is driving a vehicle, maybe you are driving a car in a built-up area, an urban area, you are supposed to go with a speed of 50 kilometers per hour. And if you are in the highway, you go at the speed of 80 kilometers or 90 kilometers per hour. If you are in expressway, you go at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. That is for cars. And we talk of taxi and buses. You are not supposed to run the same speed with the car. You are supposed, yes, if you are going in the build-up area, we expect you to go with 50 kilometers. In the highway, you go with 80 kilometers per hour. Then in the expressway, you go with 90 kilometers per hour. That is for buses. But you see, we also come out to, because we notice that people love speeding and they don't know the danger that involved in speeding. So that's why FRC came out with another device we call the speed limiting device. We have this device, we use it in short we use there's what we use call it radar gun. Radar gun is to use to detect, monitor and detect the speed of a vehicle. So with this, we now come out to tell you that the vehicle you are driving, you violated the speed limits you are supposed to go. And we also came out with speed limiting device that you must install in your vehicle. But right now, the FRC is doing the installation of speed limiting device in commercial vehicles, tankers and trucks that goes on the road. You have to go with the speed that is designated for you to go. That has also helped to reduce the level of crashes, especially when it comes to with the tankers and trailers on the road, because we make sure that the speed limiting device is installed in most of the vehicles. And the benefits, if you reduce your speed, you get to your point of you move from point A to point B. Maybe you are traveling. If I'm going at the speed of 120 kilometers per hour, and somebody is going at the speed of 90 kilometers per hour, all of us will get to the same place.
Destination.
We'll get to the same destination within the minute, maybe just 5 minutes different. Maybe just 5 minutes different that will be. If the road is clear, you are going at the speed of 120, I'm going at the speed of 90 kilometers. In short, the difference will not be much. All of us will also be there. Your minute of between 5 minutes will be there. Why are you speeding? Because the danger that involves in speeding, like I said, today, the major cause of road traffic crashes in Nigeria is attributed to speeding. and human being are the cause of this speeding. When you speed a vehicle, you don't understand the condition of the vehicle. Is the vehicle are good to go? What of the tire? Are they okay? What of the braking system? Some people will enter the vehicle without even checking is the braking system working. And you enter the vehicle, you are going at the speed you cannot control. And when you step a leg in the brake pedal, it will not respond to you. Or you are going, you have a blown out tire. When your tire blown up, what do you need to do? You don't need to step your leg in your brake, because at that time you will be traumatized. How you and you are going for a speed. That's why we advise people go with the common sense speed limit.
Common sense
Yes,
speed limit.
common sense speed limit. What do you mean by common sense speed limit? Okay, for example, now the FRSC, according to the highway code, said go to the as a private car in urban area, go with 50 kilometers per hour. In a highway, go at the speed of 90 kilometers per hour. In expressway, go at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. Then my common sense speed limit will tell me if I'm going at this speed of 50 kilometers per hour, I will not be able to control the vehicle. I use my common sense speed limit to go with the speed that I can control. That's why we call it common sense speed
And
limit.
they say common sense is not common.
It's-
It is not
it
common.
is when you go with that speed that you'll be able to control, and you go and you get to your destination safe and sound. That's why we say thank you for what you have done. But when you the risk when a crash happen, when a crash happen when you are on a top speed, you will not be able to control the vehicle. And if it has to be a head-on collision, if it is a head-on collision, the rate of impact will be more higher than the speed. If I'm going at the speed of 100 kilometers per hour and somebody is going at the speed of 50 kilometers, the impact will be less with the one going with the speed of 50 kilometers per hour than the one going with the speed of 100 kilometers per hour. The rate of impact will be much, and the rate of vitality will be high. So we advise people, instead of killing people on the road, please reduce your speed.
Don't
Or
kill
if you
people and
kill,
don't even
and don't
kill
kill
yourself.
yourself. And you know, when you kill, maybe you are a driver, you are the breadwinner of the family, and you are the only person the family are waiting for. Go out to the road, make something, come back and take out the family. And you go with the speed and something happened, maybe you could not come back and they call your family, come and meet us. Maybe road safety went for rescue and rescue the person to the hospital. We will not tell you the person is dead because we are not medical doctor. It is when we get to the hospital, the hospital will confirm you whether it's dead or alive. We will now call your family to come and take care of you there. Supposing you are no more alive, who take care of the family you leave behind? So we advise people, please reduce your speeds.
Please reduce your speed. And they say a word is enough. Okay, like I said earlier, what we are doing is also part of awareness and sensitization, and we'll keep talking, we'll not stop talking until we get it right. I want you to talk to us more about the road design, the contribution of road designs and infrastructure to reducing this speed limit, talking about the speed breakers on the road.
Yes, you see, the public campaign we are doing, the education is very important. And when it comes to road signs and signals, it's very, very important in reducing speed. There are so many roads that are constructed in everything now, especially if you look at the road between Ministry of Defense, that's by Bolingo, the new road that is opening. The rate of crashes we experience there every day is high. Why? Because there is no, when they just open the road, people coming out from airport road coming to town, they don't even see the front and they will come with the high speed. So when we notice that the rate of crashes is high, we have to send our men to go and carry out some rules from some study on the road. And after then, we advise the corps and the corps will now advise the government, and they are putting speed breakers
Okay.
on those roads. And when you have the speed breaker, it helps to reduce the speed. So by the time somebody is coming and you know that there's a speed breaker, you are coming with a speed of let's say 40 kilometers per hour. You are not speeding. By the time you get to the speed breaker, the bump, you to
You
also
advise
bring you back
yourself.
to
You
the
advise
last.
yourself.
So with that, your other person that have a way can also go because that place I'm just talking about there was no traffic light there because it was a new road that was just commissioned by the FCT minister. So we advise the government, they are working on the traffic light to be mounted in that place and also speed bump. This will also help to reduce the rate of crashes.
Okay, as we talk about speed limits and the rains are still there, I want you to give us the tips as usual, what we need to know.
We won't stop telling people when it comes to the rain season. See, driving in a special condition is one of the
Special condition.
special condition. Yes, when you are driving in rain season, it's not a normal driving. Like when you are driving on a normal day when the sun is there, you see everywhere is good for you. But when you are driving when the rain is here, it's a driving in a special condition. You have to certain things you don't need to do, and there are certain things you have to take precaution before you drive. One, your tire must be good. Your tire must be good. If your tire is worn out, please remove that tire. Go and get a new tire and fix. If your braking system is not good, please make sure your braking system is working. If your wipers are not working, please, it's very, very important. You cannot drive under the rain when your wipers are not working. Please make sure you fix your wiper. At times, the wiper blade is bad. You see somebody because the wiper blade, one of them is not working or the blade is not there. We just remove the blade and instead of the two wiper working, we'll carry and one will be anking and while the other one will be working. Please don't do that. Go and change the wiper blade and get the one that is good so that you can see. And also your cooling system or your heater must be working in your vehicle. If it's raining that you don't have anything to see, the AC or the heater will have to clear your vision so that you clear your windscreen so that you can see. And if you cannot see, we advise you please don't drive. If you cannot see, please park your vehicle, don't drive. And if the rain is much that you cannot go further, look for a safe place, park, and when the rain subsides, you continue.
Continue your movement. All right,
Yes.
thank you so much for this great awareness you brought today again. We appreciate your time.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. Okay, we have been talking about speed management for road users, and they say a word is enough. He has told us what we need to know when it comes to using the road and fixing your car. We have been talking with CRC Silvano Zekayong, who is the unit head of operations, Central Business District of the Federal City Code. Now let's go on this quick break. When we come back, we have more for you. Stay with us, please.